one thing I wouldn't ever have guessed at the very beginning was that Adrian Carmack actually commented and shared like our LinkedIn post. Like he was the art director or like the graphic lead of the original Wolfenstein and Doom game, which yeah was mind blowing for us. Yeah, Roy.
So um, it was not without challenges sometimes, of course, right? Because precisely, uh, the I think the key is when the moment we sit down actually and define that MVP, because I think the key here is like you need to understand what success looks like, right? And as soon as possible, to a certain degree. And at the beginning, we were like a little bit more chaotic. Like we were like, okay, I did this, I did that, like whatever. And I was like, discussing with Malti, like, no, man, we should not do that now, and we should probably do this other thing. And we were
Too
basically
many
going a little bit,
ideas.
yeah, like there was this moment of storming, let's call it, right, in which there were so many things flourishing and happening so fast until we sit down. It's like, okay, let's define what will be the next goal for our next milestone, right? And put an actual success, criteria, definition of them, whatever you want to call it, right? um so, and that is what it started giving a proper direction. And this is the moment in which I personally, in my need of organization to a certain degree, I started to see a proper progress. Like, okay, we are hitting the milestones. We are hitting the milestones. Sounds very serious, just to be clear. We are hitting the deliverables, right? And we were basically sitting down, discussing what will be next steps, and committing for the next week, the next couple of weeks, to actually do those kind of things, right? Which helps a lot. Again, as I said, it's like we blinked, and after some time, we had a working demo, right? And a little bit circling back to what you said about having to learn the skills. I had a hard time with UI and AI, which never been a person myself who had to do that. And I was, seeing Malte doing cool tech art things, and I was, struggling with UI. It was like, God damn you, Malte, right? So it was there was for me, the thing is, it actually, started to take shape at the moment we started to define success, right? Like, okay, we're going to define success in small chunks that we can actually, uh, you know, chew and swallow. And that's the part that started basically to see, to, for me, like, okay, this is getting serious. Like, this thing is getting serious. Like, we could see the systems building, the art coming in, the ideas flourishing. And this is the moment in which we'll see, like, hey, we have something cool here, right? I mean, at the beginning it was kind of a interesting idea, and I was obsessed with mods. Like, no, we need to fail fast, we need to iterate fast, we need to make sure. There was a moment in which we reached that point in which we could actually fail fast and iterate fast, and that was the moment in which, from one week to, again, the next 2 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever will take to meet again, we had a clear, success, to reach, right? um and
You're
I
saying
mean,
that was a month in, or what was that
it
point in the
again,
project?
it
Yeah.
was flexible. It was flexible. I will say time was very flexible, but it was basically the first, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, Malta, the first month and a half, right? Maybe to 2 months. I'm talking about real time, not only working time, but actually,
Yeah.
real time.
Yeah, I'd say 2 months because within the very first month, we were overwhelming ourselves like with so many
Yes.
ideas and hey, that would be cool. Let's test it out. Hey, have you seen? I just finished this model, but hey, we don't have a system for that. What should we do now? And yeah, we had to come calm ourselves down. And I think yeah, that was
Yes.
the 2 month mark,
I,
basically.
I will say that it was the moment in which we sit down. It's like, okay, okay, okay. We need to calm down for a little bit and to start, getting serious about, okay, what do we need to do for the next iteration, right? Um, and but before that, it was like, so I made this destruction system. Like, okay, but we don't need that now. What? This is not the moment to do this. It's like, and it's fully textured and everything is there. There was very, just to be clear, very funny conversations, right? Because to a certain degree, both of us during that, let's say, 2-month mark, were like little children wanting to, make the next cool thing.